Hello everyone, my name is Thapelo Raseepho, a student from National University of Lesotho. I'm your completing student, pursuing Masters of Science in Soil Science and Resource Conservation. Actually, I got interested in any project to deal with environmental protection or anything to do with climate change. Actually, this idea came up when I was actually completing my undergraduate degree in soil science and resource conservation, where I worked with Ministry of Forestry and Land Reclamation. It was collaborated with FAO by that year, so it was dealing with projects like watershed management or wetland protection. It was dealing with range, soil and water conservation. It works with many organizations like Red Cross, like World Vision. Actually, the main idea was to reclaim the lost wetlands. Other than that, the intention was to grow or to allow the wetland grasses and crops and whatever the plants grew over there to actually capture more carbon to avoid environmental pollution. So with water and soil, also we're dealing with many things to protect it by planting up the trees, planting up grasses, building the gabions and the stuff. While with water protection, we were actually collecting water either from the streams in a manner that we protect the land from being degraded. Other than that, there was bee production, which is a very sustainable thing, or sustainable production. We were collecting the honey and all that was required from those elements. So at the moment, I'm dealing with the soil fungus, which the world assumes that the soil fungi actually stores more carbon than anything in this world. That's where my project or my thesis is on. That's what I'm dealing with at the moment. We are still pushing on the environmental conditions. Other than that, we have heard that this soil fungus, it's very important in helping the plants to grow better, even under the stress of drought, even under the stress of nutrients, because it only absorbs nutrients and pass it or to give it to the crops, while the crops only supplies them with energy. That's where our study is based on. So I have the eagerness and interest to be in this project. Thank you. Okay, thank you once again. I'm Thapelo Raseepho from Lesotho. Okay, the main climate or environmental factor that I really want to talk about, as we know, we have the problem of the environmental pollution as well as air pollution. So which contributes mostly on the climate change we are experiencing lately. Actually, I'm still pursuing the study or the thesis on the soil fungus. This soil fungus will actually help the world in different ways, whereas the main activities can destroy them within a short period of time. This soil fungi actually can be used as bioremediator in our environments or a polluted environment with heavy metals, like from the mines or factory disposals. It can actually help to absorb or assimilate those heavy metals from our soils, which actually pollute our soils in different ways. It pollutes our rivers. These heavy metals pollute the rivers, pollutes the soil which grows the food that we actually eat, which may have the impact or the negative impact on the lives of all the living things. So this soil fungus can actually absorb some of those heavy metals. Once again, soil fungus actually absorbs the atmospheric carbon dioxide to build its hyphal element, those filamentous parts of it. It actually uses the carbon. So it reduces the carbon from the atmosphere and then store it to its bodies, which can be only released when such type of fungi dies through the process of decomposition, whereby other microorganisms chew it up and break it down into the smaller pieces. Thank you. Okay, thank you everyone. I'm Thapelo Raseepho from Lesotho. Okay, the initial idea about this soil fungi is that we as the organization or individuals, we want to actually map this soil fungus, as we know that Lesotho is divided into 4 ecological zones. We want to map the soil fungi to see at each and every single of ecological zone what type of fungi do we have, and how is it surviving under those conditions, and what soil properties do affect this soil fungus. It is important to know the biogeography of this soil fungus, because we'll be able to determine which ones survive under the certain conditions and which ones survive under the certain conditions. We also know that from the literature, we know that these soil fungus are affected by human activity, such as fertilization, such as tilling the soil. I was trying to say that, tilling the soil, because some of these reduce their diversity in the soil, reduce their distribution in the soil. So as we have known all these factors that affect the soil fungus, we'll be able to manage our soils in such a way that we can protect or conserve these microorganisms. Once again, they will benefit a community in this way. We know that in Lesotho, few farmers do use fertilizers for their crops. Very few farmers. So, with this soil fungus that we'll be conserving or protecting, they will help the farmers in that they are able to grow deeper into the soil and extract minerals and water for the plants. All they need is only the energy from the plants. So that's how important they can be. Once again, it will help the community to avoid using the organic fertilizers, avoid using the organic pesticides, of which